Tight budget. I don't know what the challenge is going to be, but I'm going to be doing it like that. Ooh, hang on, that is the throb of a turbocharged flat 4 engine. A sound which all over the world heralds the imminent arrival of a moron.
And it did here too.
It's Richard Hammond, everybody, who I suspect has started to dye his hair. See what you think. Hammond!
And there it is.
It is, yes.
It is the, well, there could be only one word,
Yeah.
legend. Subaru Impreza WRX.
As driven by emeritus professors all over the world.
Yeah. No. Just hang on. Here's my
Vickers' wives.
thinking. I don't know what's going to face us, what challenges face us here, but think about it. Subaru stands for toughest thing on the planet. WRX stands for World Rallycross, which the Impreza just owned. It's all there. 4-wheel drive, turbocharged estate.
But you're going to look stupid doing it.
I don't have to look.
You've turned... I know I'm wearing double denim, and that is a mistake, but you've got Dactari trousers on and the wheels of the Agrion. You don't see it looks a bit like you.
What?
You know, small and with a sort of surprised expression. A tree!
Yes.
A house!
Well, then that's
a
perfect. My
pineapple!
face in that car. Honestly, I'm so chuffed. This time I've done this right.
Big boot.
Practical.
Practical.
So what have you got? Oh!
528i, rear-wheel drive, 2.8, straight 6.
How many miles has it done?
151,000. This, though, is the last of the mechanical 5 series. After this, they started using computers.
They're solid
wiring.
state.
This is simple mechanical engineering. Anyway, listen.
Yes.
James isn't here.
No.
No surprises there. I know for a fact what he's got.
Go on.
He'll have a Volvo.
Yeah.
He just will. He'll have got.
Yes, he
Estate
will.
car, right, I'll get up. Because you know he's got no imagination at all.
As it turned out, James did have a Volvo. But not the sort of Volvo we were expecting.
That isn't an 850R, is it?
It is. That's a bold call.
Gentlemen,
Yes.
You bought an 850R?
it doesn't matter, it's a Volvo. This defines the estate car. Nothing else is an estate car,
Have you
only this.
Have you seen the tyres on an 850R?
Well, there aren't any.
It has tyres,
Painted on.
It's just a thin veneer of paint on a wheel.
but they're high-performance tyres. It's a high-performance car.
I know,
It does
but
146
standing on
miles an
dust.
hour.
I have always loved 928s because they were just so futuristic. I mean, this car is 23 years old and it looks like it was designed yesterday. And it was the last good-looking car that Porsche ever made, and although it's a V8, it's quiet and dignified and elegant. If this were a person, it would go to embassy cocktail parties and know many things. Traditional V8s would push you in the swimming pool and then fart and think it was funny. Traditional V8s, well, like this, for example, they're brash and they're loud and they're childish. What have you done, Hammond?
There it is. Not just a V8, the definitive V8.
Is it?
Ford Mustang, the Mach 1. Look at it.
It's a bit
It's brilliant.
unnecessary.
No, it's not. That's the whole point of it. It's stripped down. Everything on it is functional.
Is it?
purpose. Yes.
This rear spoiler, what does it do?
Nothing.
Does the front splitter do anything?
No.
Racing fuel filler cap?
No, it's just a cover.
Is the engine 19 feet long?
No, it's not.
Why then has it got a 19-foot bonnet?
Well, because they decided they wanted to make the Mustang bigger in '71. So they did. And they did that by just making it bigger.
This is all just pointless.
No, it's bigger. That is the Ram Air, and that's an Edelbrock carb underneath it, the plenum there, it works.
I mean, if I were 9, it would be tremendous. But I'm not. I mean, it's all just preposterous.
It's brilliant, is what it is. It's the essence of V8-ness.
Should we just turn our attention now to the elephant that isn't in the room?
Yeah,
Captain Lost. What do you...
I don't know. I've been thinking, I don't know.
Had to be a V8, so
Yeah.
I thought it'd be a Mercedes. He'll have gone like he did in Botswana, solid.
I reckon he's gone for Range Rover.
In fact, we couldn't have been more wrong.
No way! That is not him.
Not serious.
He's gone completely mad.
Oh God, he thinks he's blonde.
He does think he's blonde. Don't say anything about his suit.
No.
Hi. Gentlemen, the Lotus Esprit,
Isn't it?
twin turbo V8.
Have you been on a Top Gear special before?
I've seen you on
Yes.
them. You have. I've seen you there.
It
Yes, I have.
definitely
I
was.
have.
James, they're tough.
Yeah.
Some viewers don't know this, but Lotus does not have a good reputation for quality. Some say that this stands for lots of trouble, usually serious.
It has a hand-built V8 engine with 2 turbochargers designed by a specialist, small British car-making company, and that is a byword for reliability and motoring pleasure. We know
It's
that.
not, and you know that.
Should we just run through some of the detailing on it? The door
Carry
handles on this model are from a Vauxhall Cavalier.
Correct.
Door mirrors are from a Citroën.
Don't touch it.
The gearbox in this is from a Renault 25.
Correct.
Because that was the best gearbox they could find, or the only one that would fit.
It was the only one that would fit.
And of course, the body is made from exactly the same material as a lavatory seat.
Or a bucket.
Anyway, have you finished being envious of my car? If I could move on. The Porsche 928.
Yes.
Fascinating. Hammond! Wowzers! I do like that in a slightly Richard Hammondy sort of way. Is that a Mach 1?
It certainly is. Yeah, yeah.
Look at that. Tell me that isn't magnificent.
Boring.
It isn't.
I'm glad it's grey though.
Why?
Well, because it's very businesslike. You can advise me on my mortgage later on.
I am, as always, the voice of reason and wisdom on this programme.
We could have bickered forever, but at this point, our challenge arrived.
You will now drive 130 miles to the house where Butch Cassidy lived when he was on the run from the law. 130 miles?
Hang on, that's it?
Somewhere
I thought there was going to be another, you know, there's usually the other paragraph.
To where Butch Cassidy lived.
I
I'd
love
to go
Butch
there.
Cassidy. My favourite film in the entire world is Butch Cassidy. And all I've got to do is drive a Porsche 928 130 miles to get there, on road.
So I'm saying it this way. All he's got to do is drive a Lotus Esprit 130 miles.
I can see now where they're going with this.
Yeah. They've tailored it for you.
Amazed at the apparent easiness of our challenge, we fired up the V8s.
But nobody's to watch this if you're a car thief. Don't watch this. You have the keys.
I have the keys.
What I'm going to do is remove the hazard warning light switch, okay?
Yep.
I'm now going to pop it back in again, upside down, and lo and behold, the ignition comes on. So now it's just a question of...
Bump start. Go.
and there we are.
And I've got the key.
As I was finishing my demonstration, I received a message, and I was the first to arrive.
I've bought a stereo. I have a speaker system here in the roof. The passenger seat has been replaced with a subwoofer, and there are 2 amps with a combined power of 2,300 watts. And the best thing is, included in the price was this comb and an entire lorry. It was built in 1959 or 1976. People are a bit hazy on that. What we do know for sure is that Isuzu made the mud flaps, which is odd because it says Mitsubishi on the axles. Oh, is that James? It is James. You'd really call that a lorry?
Morning.
Van, mate.
What?
We had to bring lorries.
That is a lorry.
The van.
Technically it's a crane, actually. I've bought a crane.
Oh, is that what that is?
Look at that. A crane, 2 winches, hydraulic rams, legs, and it had the latest in high-tech dashboards.
That's a mess.
No.
Isn't this going to drive your OCD mad? I mean,
Well, I've put labels on things to, corresponding to what I think they do.
hazards. What's that? I've got one of those in my
Well, I don't
lorry.
know. I've had to put a question mark on it.
Mine is a sports lorry, straight 6, rear-wheel drive, twin exhausts, BMW 325i, and this, almost identical. Banging stereo.
Really?
Seriously. You want to hear it?
Not really. I expected it's got... Anyway, I'm sure that won't become annoying at all. I need to ask you a question.
What?
Why are you wearing a tie?
Because I'm a modern lorry driver, and modern lorry drivers are crisp and sharp. The days are over when you simply turned up with a glove box full of strong pornography and egg on your vest.
At this point, Hammond arrived with a glove box full of strong pornography and egg on his vest.
What do you think?
What is it, a lorry or a Hindu temple?
This has been extensively modded.
Had it?
Not just the visual improvements, and they are significant, the lights, the little study things. But, note,
Oh, God.
all of that favour arrangement, right, it's a farm truck.
Yeah.
And that's so it can accommodate those low-density big loads.
Are big
crops.
loads of what?
Well, crops.
What crop? Here, in Burma, home of the Golden Triangle.
Hay.
No.
Or turnips.
No.
Kale.
No, heroin. That's all they really grow here. You bought a heroin lorry.
It's a lot of heroin in there, wouldn't you?
Hammond, this seat
Yeah.
is, well, let's be
It's-
honest,
it's wooden.
it's a church pew.
Yeah.
It looks like the sort of railway carriage that Agatha Christie went about in.
Let's have a look at what we've got.
James has bought a van.
Has he parked it a long way away, or is it that small?
As we were admiring the paintwork on Jeremy's lorry, our challenge arrived.
Well, I'm quite excited, actually, come to think of it, because, I mean, we're here with these.
In 1943, British, Australian and Dutch prisoners of war were forced by their Japanese captors to build the Burma Railway across Southeast Asia. Their efforts and their suffering were immortalised in the film Bridge on the River Kwai. That's what you're going to do. You're going to build a river bridge which is strong enough to support the weight of your lorries. I don't know anything about
Build a bridge? How big a bridge are we going to have to build?
Yeah,
to
how
hold
big
my
is-
How
truck?
much
It
does
weighs
yours weigh?
About 1,000 tons.
I'm afraid it gets worse. You know, they said long distance lorry driving.
Yes.
The only trouble is that you have to drive to the river in question, which is in Thailand.
Well, the River Kwai is not in Thailand.
Yes, it is. River Kwai is in Thailand.
Where's Thailand?
Is it?
Yeah.
But it's in...
No, I promise you, the River Kwai, I know everyone thinks it's Burma, it isn't, it's Thailand.
So we're going to go and build a bridge over the River Kwai? Like Alec Guinness?
I don't know how to build a bridge.
In high spirits, the journey began.
We are off.
This was the meeting point. And I was the first to arrive in my 1972 MGB GT.
This is it. This is the daddy. Think of a small, classic British sports car, and you are thinking of this, the MGB GT. Mechanically, it's not a bad example of what is undoubtedly Britain's most popular classic car.
At this point, I was interrupted by the arrival of Captain Cheerful.
Oh, say, that is pretty.
Why are we doing this?
What do you mean? Why? Look at it, because of everything about the day. The location, old trains, classic cars, tinkering.
Hammond, listen. Nobody buys a classic television. They say, look, you have to bang it on the top to make the picture work, and it's in black and white, and then you have to stand up to change the channel. So why would you buy a classic car?
Because, well, look at it.
No, I admit, Fiat 124 Spider. Incredibly pretty, designed by the same man who did the Ferrari 275 GTS, Lancia Fulvia, Di Tommaso Pantera, but it will go wrong all the time.
Yes, that's the point. Then you can stop and fix it yourself. It's not just a car. It's something to do at the weekends. It's a project.
The Hoover Dam was a project. A broken down car is an inconvenience. It is. And yours will break down even more because it's an MGB GT.
Deliciously and delightfully simple. It's very...
Whoa!
What?
Has there been a knife fight in the back of it?
Look at it. The heritage, the history. This was the poor man's E-Type.
It's horrid.
Soon we realised there wasn't an elephant in the room.
What do you think the elephant will be driving?
It'll be a Triumph. But I've thought about this. It'll be